All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Christian and Friends podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Nathan Milson. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, man?
I'm Nathan Milson, as you just said.
All right, Nathan. We're gonna cut right to the chase, man. How does it feel to be the first and only openly gay person on this podcast? How does it feel?
I feel like I just really wanted to diversify your chat.
I feel like you just checked off a box for my HR department, and I really needed it. So, thanks for coming on. I got a couple topics I want to talk about today. The first
Yeah.
one is why do you get into League, and like why is that the thing that you play?
Well, I mean, first started probably in college. My roommate introduced me it, and I was playing on a Toshiba laptop that could not run League whatsoever. But like over the years, I got more and more interested in it, and then eventually I got better, newer equipment to play it on, and I just love being toxic to other people. It's my favorite thing ever.
Oh yeah. Would you say you've
Yeah,
ever been
just
toxic to me in League?
um, I would not say that.
Would you say I've been toxic to you in League?
You've been toxic to others.
Debatable. I'm reformed. How's
I'm
how's the League been going for you here recently? What's going on? How you feel about the meta? What champions are you fucking with? All that.
I'm happy that they're changing the way they are doing each season. Happy that it's instead of they're splitting it into two, they're actually keeping it just a full year. Mm, it resets in January.
Are you excited for the reset?
Mm, not yet. I still have some things I gotta do.
So got something. What you got to do before this reset in January?
Get higher in gold.
Get higher than gold. Yeah, me too. I gotta get higher than gold too. That's the goal, right?
Even if you're in bronze.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll get there. Now, Nathan, there's been a
Mm.
stereotype going around with you in League. Some are saying that you only play characters that are defined as twinks. What do you have to say to those criticisms?
Who are coming up with these
That's just
criticisms.
what I'm hearing.
These are very, very untruthful criticisms. I have a multitude and plethora of champions I play. It's not just Twinks.
Uh, some would debate otherwise.
Mm, I wouldn't say that.
Nathan, if we were to
You look
pull
at
up
my
your most played champions, what would they be?
like all together,
No,
like
let's say in the
all
past year.
in the past year. I don't know what that would be. It's a toughie. I don't know that off the
They'd
top
be
of my
twinks.
head.
They'd be twinks. All right.
Pretty sure girls don't qualify that as girl champions.
Debatable. Me and Nathan actually just got off of a ARAM Clash win. We won the tournament 3-0. Nathan did provide a lot to the team, surprisingly. How would you say your experience was playing with me here recently, as well as with like the teammates around you? Like how would you describe me as a teammate?
Toxic.
All right, that's it. All right, next question. We're moving on. I don't like this part. Nathan, what are your favorite restaurants?
My favorite? Ugh, what's a toughie? Probably Cane's.
Yeah.
Always 1,000%. Love of my life restaurant. From having a midnight craving, either Cookout or Taco Bell.
Cookout. I forgot you live in Lexington. Yeah, you got one of
I
those
do.
there.
Yeah,
How's it like living in Lexington?
boring.
Mm,
It's
who would have thought? Who would have thought?
not terrible.
It
It's not
definitely
bad.
is. You live too far
I live.
away.
It's a little over an hour away. It's not that far.
It's pretty far.
Mm.
Nathan, you've been on a little gambling spree here lately. Some would say you're addicted. Some would argue otherwise. Um, How would you say that's going for you right now? What are your top bets? Who your best players to bet on? Who's making you the most money?
The Bengals.
The Bengals.
Yeah, Joe Burrow really and Jamar Chase are
Well, Jamar Chase
two
didn't do
loves.
shit today.
He still did what I needed him to do.
Not what I needed.
Well, you made the wrong bet.
Some would say.
You gotta listen to me. I'm the football expert, apparently.
Now, Nathan, recently you had an experience at the casino at the craps table that many are saying is unwarranted action, to where you were next to two burly men at the craps table, and you said, "I'm just a girly girl," and then they proceeded to leave the table and cash in. How did that make you feel in that moment?
These events did not happen because I was next to one burly man and he did not leave. I left first.
Mm.
Mm.
In two
I
sides of
thought you would
this,
know better.
two
I
sides of the
thought you would
story
know.
here.
Is there?
There is.
Mm.
Now, one of the topics I want to bring up is that you like K-pop. I'm recently getting into my K-pop era again. You know, I dabble in it. I come back and forth. Um, some are saying you're a lunatic because you listened to one song that came out in October 800 times this year.
That's not factual.
Oh, okay, go ahead and give me the facts. How many times did you listen to that
700
song?
732 times.
732 times in 2 months. Now, is it a good song? Are you tired of the song yet? What's going on?
I'll never be tired of the song. It's
What's
in my gym playlist now.
What's that song called?
It's called Apata
I thought it's called
or
Apartment.
APT. Apata.
I think it's Apartment.
Mm.
It's got Bruno Mars. I like Bruno Mars. Now, I am
You
a
know
fan
who?
of what's her name? Rose. She's from Blackpink.
Pink.
Blackpink.
Mm-hmm.
I like when Blackpink makes songs and they go Blackpink, or that one song
They
at the beginning. I don't know what it's called, but they go Blackpink in your area, like that.
they do that in mostly every
Yeah,
song.
but there's one song that I listen to that I like when they do that. Blackpink's good. I like one of their songs, just one. Twice I like
Nice.
one of their songs.
Just one.
I like New Jeans. I like ETA from New Jeans, just one of their songs. They
It's
made
a good K-pop
they
group.
made the League song last year. I didn't like it.
They did.
Didn't like it.
Oof. What a critic.
KDA's good. I like KDA. Another League thing. So who's on the who should we look out for in the K-pop scene? Who's like your go-to aside from Rose?
Like who's upcoming or who would I listen to
Like who you
most?
listening to right now?
If what?
Who you listening to right now?
Who am I? Is a new group called Izna.
What are they like?
They just released their debut album last month, and I've been listening to it nonstop.
Would you say they're giving like Twice vibes, or are they giving like what are they doing?
They're trying to find their sound. It's not a definite one, but they've created some good songs.
I won't look into it, but I'm sure some of the viewers will. Yeah,
You're not gonna.
K-pop's one of those genres that I go back to every now and then. I'm like, yeah, I'll play a
You
couple
don't.
songs here and there, but like I'm not.
You don't want to expand your horizons.
No, I liked BTS. I like that Black Album cover one. It's called like Dark and Wild or something. I forget.
That's
I
amazing.
liked BTS before RM was named RM. I liked him being Rapmon.
Oh,
And then he goes,
truth.
I'm an adult now, and that's childish. So he changed his name to RM, like a loser. And then I lost all interest. I think they should all go to the army like they're supposed to.
They are.
I thought one of them got exempt.
Jungkook did. Actually, no. Jungkook got his.
I think he should
hair
be on the
changed.
front lines.
Jungkook is more of a center type of guy, but RM is the one that can. He speaks the best English out of all of
Yeah,
them.
that's why I like him. And he raps.
Mm-hmm. He
Who-
speaks. He's probably the front line, the spokesperson. I would probably say because he speaks the best English. out
Would
of
you
all of
say you're
them.
part of the army?
I mean, I love the BTS army.
Don't you think it's ironic that the fan group known as the Army was very against their members joining the army.
It's a requirement, I believe.
It is a requirement of all South Korean males. I don't know about females.
But you're able, if you are contributing to the country as a whole, you are able to kind of determine when you can like go. Because if you're like contributing like positive like imaging and groups, you're able to kind of give leeway to when you have to do that type of service. So they were able to choose it because they were like the biggest K-pop group. And
How do you feel about Faker not doing it?
I mean, Faker has his own passion for League. I don't know if he would
He's like
have a
the most
passion for
well-known
K-pop.
person in that country.
I mean, he's a big contributing factor for League of Legends, so I don't know if he'd enjoy K-pop.
Now, since we're on the topic of South Korea, how do you feel about the martial law that they just announced? And I believe they recently denounced it, but I don't keep up with it. But how do you feel about that?
Well, what does it say?
I don't know. Next topic. I don't know. I just
I
saw
did
it
not
on.
know.
I saw it on
I did
Twitter.
not know it.
I saw it on X, the Everything app.
So you saw it on Twitter and decided not to read it, but bring it up in conversation.
Yeah, that's what I do. This is the show. Welcome to the show, Nathan. Here's another topic. Wizard 101, have you
God.
been playing recently? Recently, they'd added a new mechanic where you can fuse cards together to make a new creature. I don't know if it's
Is
for
that
every
true?
spell, but it's out in Test Realm, I believe. And it
Is
looks
that
sick.
true?
Yes.
I did no. I
Yeah.
did not know that. That's so cool.
Yeah. Now, if I sent you my channel to do some research. I hope you watched all the episodes. And the Riley episode back in season 1, we actually ranked every single Wizard 101 world, and we put Crocotopia as number 1. Now, what do you think is number 1, and what do you think is the worst world in Wizard 101?
Mushu is the number one.
Why?
I don't know. I like the atmosphere, and I just loved it. I love the wands because they're all swords.
Yeah. I like the Jade Oni. I used to
war-
farm it. If you farm it during the
if
holidays,
you,
it
you
drops
get a lot of
holiday pets.
yeah. I remember doing that when I was younger. I loved fighting the Jade Oni. That was probably one of my favorite boss battles.
Yeah, it's nice. So what do you think's
Probably
the worst one?
What
Tell you,
is
mine
that?
is
What is
Imperia.
it called? I think as is it the bear one?
Grizzleheim?
Yeah,
You didn't like Grizzleheim?
I did not.
You can farm for couch potatoes there. It's like the number 1 spot to farm for couch potatoes, so you get the good cards for pet snacks.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, you were never a grinder like I was. Speaking of grinder, Ludwig,
Ah,
YouTube guy Ludwig, was recently named and voted by the grinder participants as Gamer with a Y, Gamer of the
Mhm.
Year. How do you feel as a gay man, Ludwig winning Gamer of the Year?
I don't know Ludwig very well.
Oh, he's the spokesperson of Grinder apparently now.
I guess so. I'm very happy for him.
Now, how does it make? Okay, this is a bad topic. We'll move on.
Now I did watch some of his channels before, but I think that was like before he did like the hiatus. But I've forgotten his space at this point.
No, you should tune in. He's Gamer of the Year, so voted
So
by
proud of
Grinder.
him.
Big guy.
Who'd have thought? Are these facts? Are you sure?
He's facts. Look it up. This is a fact.
Hmm.
Look up Grinder Gamer of the Year.
This feels fake, but
It's
okay.
not. All right, Nathan.
Interesting.
Go to karaoke song for you. What are you picking?
Oh, that's a hard one. It depends on the type of crowd.
Well,
If it's I guess if it's an older crowd, I'd probably go for an '80s kind of '80s uptune pop hit.
you got like a song?
Probably "Tainted Love" by Soft Cell.
That's a good song.
It is.
My go-to's Chop Suey.
Of course it is.
System of a Down. Good song. I put my heart and soul into it.
I'll have to hear it someday.
Now, Nathan, have you been keeping up with the Lou City roster changes? Big Lou City roster changes coming inbound.
No.
Well, they got rid of the goalkeeper you had a crush on.
They did?
Yep, got rid of him. Toff is still
Why?
saying. So you're good there. Oh,
I love Toff.
Trevor said he sucked. So,
Oh.
but we
What,
kept
the
mostly the
goalkeeper
same
did?
exact team. Now, are you going to be excited for the upcoming Lou City season?
And that starts next year, right?
Yep,
Is it next spring?
I think so.
Yeah. I'll be excited. I'll be excited that Lexington's also getting into the soccer world as well, like
Yeah,
Blue City.
we'll stomp on them, so don't worry. Don't you worry. You
I'm
gonna
so
come to more
excited.
games this season?
I mean, I'll try.
Now
Some
that
will
you
be
got
in
a little,
Lexington, some will be here.
I hope.
I hope so too.
You've been keeping up with the NBA here recently?
No, because every time I make a bet on basketball, I lose.
Okay, well, how do you feel about Bronny James' debut into the NBA?
Bronny
That is
James.
LeBron James' son.
I did not know he was doing that.
All right, that's Nathan for you. All right, that's the end of
My
my
sports,
questions.
my sports are touch and go.
Yeah, okay. That's the end of my questions. We're going to move on to viewer submitted questions.
Oh, those were viewer submitted.
No.
Oh,
We have a question incoming from
oh my god.
longtime
Okay.
viewer Trevor DeGrucio. He asked, would you rather give LeBron back shots or take Le shots in the back?
Is this podcast rated R?
We need answers, Nathan.
Both.
All right. You heard it here first, guys. He's a top and a bottom.
You can't say this thing.
No. This one comes from longtime viewer Noah Maskley. They ask,
Okay.
Nathan, what's better, 2016 Chino Hills or 2020 Mount Verde? Now to fill you in, these are both high school basketball teams. So which team was better, the 2016 Chino Hills team or the 2020 Mount Verde? It's a long time debate.
Why are these all basketball questions? I don't know.
And what's your answer?
We'll go with Mount Verde.
Mount Verde. Well, he just ended the debate.
Exactly.
Just ended the debate. Now, next one comes from a Brian Giardina.
Oh god. Okay.
He asked, why do you like League so much and why do you continue to play?
Because I continually don't know any other types of games I would enjoy to play like this one. It keeps sucking me back in. Don't know what it is.
That's what it does.
Maybe I just like toxic environments.
In video games or relationships?
Video games.
We do a little banter on this podcast. We do a little
Oh,
banter.
a little banter.
Yeah, do a little banter. This question comes from Robert Poopcock. He asked,
Okay.
Nathan, who are your top 3 least favorite friends?
My least favorite.
Top 3 least favorite.
God, I don't know. I don't have that many friends to begin with.
Well, you got to name them.
I'll put Poopcock for all 3.
Poopcock for all 3.
He wanted to know the answer to his own question. All
All
I had to
right.
do was look in a mirror.
Oh, I missed a question from Trevor DeGrucio, so we're going back. He also had a second
Okay.
question. That question is, what does Nathan think of the current situation of New Jersey UFOs? Now, if you haven't been keeping up with the news, there is a lot of bizarre stuff happening in New Jersey to where folks are reporting that they are seeing UFOs. A lot of people are saying, are they planes? Are they drones? What do you think? What's going on?
I mean, I believe in aliens. I think it could happen.
I think
It's a
those rotten
possibility.
people in New Jersey need to shut the hell up. That's what I think.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, but I don't believe in New Jerseyans.
You don't believe in them?
I sure don't.
You don't believe in the population of New Jersey?
No. There's a bunch of people with attitudes.
Confirmed. The population of New Jersey is not better than aliens.
No. Now this is the last viewer question that we got. It's kind of a long-winded one. This one comes from Luke Huddleston. Luke asked,
Okay.
he wrote in, "Hi Nathan. I recently
Oh,
finished watching the HBO series Girls, and I'm kind of crazy about it at the moment, to be honest. I was wondering if you have watched it, and if you would be willing to answer a question about it."
girls. HBO. I don't know if I've watched it, but I know what it is, I think.
Okay, so he actually put on here, if you answered no, he has a follow-up. If no, have you ever seen a ghost or experienced something best described as supernatural?
Yes.
You have? Go ahead and
I have.
elaborate.
Huh?
Elaborate.
Oh, I think it's a library. When I was younger, my parents, we lived in an older house, and we could always hear like some sort of footprints, or not footprints, but footsteps that would lead into the hallway around our bedrooms. My brother's closet actually got smaller as you got more down into it, and you could just hear the faintest like knocking at the really far end of it,
Go.
and it was super creepy. And whenever my dad found these really interesting old photographs of um students, but they were medical students, but it was really odd photos taken, and it was super creepy and super weird. And it's always, that house was always haunted, and it's gotta be. There's always strange stuff happening. Plus, like, the basement was super creepy as hell, and it had just a random toilet in
That sounds frightening.
it. It was very
Sounds like
frightening.
somewhere that would give me the heebie-jeebies.
But I love scary stuff, so I didn't mind it. I like the supernatural.
Okay. Well, you like the show?
Do I
Supernatural?
like the? Of course, I like the show.
Mm.
They have one of the hottest character, or like hottest actors on it.
Who, Christian Brockman?
No.
Oh. Now Luke had a follow-up just in case you said no to the ghost, but I'm curious about it, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask it as well as like a bonus.
Perfect.
He says some historians have argued that the New Deal was ultimately conservative in nature. Support, modify, or refute this interpretation, providing specific evidence to justify your answer.
I feel like Luke did not ask this.
He did.
I feel like you came up with it yourself.
Now, if you don't know, the New Deal was a series of domestic programs, public work projects, and financial reforms and regulations enacted by Roosevelt in the United States between 33 and 38 with the aim of addressing the Great Depression. So he was trying to, end the Great Depression and all that. So how do you
I feel
feel
like
about it?
was
They basically tried to control like agriculture production, stabilize wages and prices, and they tried to create a vast public works program for the unemployed. Um, so do you think it was conservative in nature? Do you think it was like more democratic? Like, how do you feel about that?
I don't know how I'd feel about it. I'd have to research more into it myself because I am a little more unaware than that question would lead on. What's your opinion about it?
I think it was conservative.
Why?
I think their ultimate goal was to keep certain people in poverty
Hmm.
while elevating those that they found appropriate. But I digress. This is not a political podcast.
This is not a political podcast.
Speaking of politics, thanks for coming on. My gay friend, Nathan, my token.
You can't say these things.
This is the end. That's all the questions that we got in. I'm going to open the floor to you if you have any questions for me. Anything you'd like to get out there, the floor is now yours.
Some of these things you said are not great.
Oh, I think they're great.
To other, my God. Oh, jeez, this has been a delightful conversation.
I'm glad. Most people leave that way, feeling that way.
Most people.
Most people. There have been a couple.
And how many people have you had on this podcast?
Too many to count.
You don't keep track?
Nope.
No.
I
And
record, I post.
what games are you playing today?
I'm probably gonna play League after this for like a couple hours. Been playing a little bit of The Hunt, Call of the Wild. Like you go around killing animals and stuff. It's a lot of fun. That's about it. I played a lot of Roblox this weekend. Played this game called Yeet Your Friend. It's like an auto like game. You just sit there and pick up shit and then you throw somebody. And you do it for like I did it for like 3 hours yesterday. It was awesome.
And your sports betting, how is that going?
The current bet I have in is pretty good, looking good for this Packers game, but I think my DraftKings in the past month from a net positive 500 to like a net positive 50. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking
We'll see.
hopeful on this Packers game.
You a big Packers fan?
I'm the biggest Packers fan in the world. I mean, you can't see it, but I got a Packers blanket wrapped around my body. I drank beer out of a Packers cup. Jordan Love is the greatest NFL quarterback to ever exist. So
I would disagree, but
I think you're stupid, so. Well, if that's all Nathan's got, make sure you guys like, follow, smash that bell. Make sure you keep notifications on. Send this out to your friends. This has been the Christian Friends Podcast. Signing out. Peace.